Raleigh, North Carolina, it's Jay and Jack's Ramblecast, a podcast about movies, television, games, music, sports, and anything else we want to talk about. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ramblecast. It's your good friend, Boston, Nick, Jack, and Jay. We're here to talk about and Jay and Jack's Ramblecast.
You sounded terrible.
Yeah, I don't think that was properly produced.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Well, I'm sorry. It sounded fine over here.
The music was too loud. It was distorted, and you were kind of like.
Oh, let's do it over then. I'll do it over. It sounded fine over here, though.
I thought we were trying to do an hour show, and you're.
You're blowing out my ear speakers, and I could barely hear you going. It just sounded like. Welcome everybody.
We'll edit that out then. I'll do it in post.
No.
I'll do it in post.
No, we're not. We're doing it live.
F it. We'll do it in post.
When do we ever edit?
If you edit, I will be upset.
Well, prepare to be upset.
Ooh.
Hello everybody. The full crew is back. No Jay Simpson is back.
It's no fun day.
No fun, Jay.
No.
We already had our orders on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen. We
all three more
live,
episodes.
We all live busy lives, and we want to make sure that we make our shows compact and fantastic.
Very nice.
Well, I thought you're on tonight though, right?
I want to thank Ralph for coming on last week.
Yeah.
I had a great time podcasting with him on his show.
Yeah, that was nice because you just sent me a thing saying I can't record with you guys tonight, and then I saw Ralph post something. I go, "Is this a new podcast?" He goes, "Yeah," and I go, "Huh." To give Ralph kudos, literally, we asked him like 35 minutes, 40 minutes before we recorded because I think Chris said, "Why don't we see if Ralph can do it?" I said, "All right, let's ask him."
Ralph did a great job. Some of the best one-liners on the show in a long time. Like towards the end with
he was
with the sex robot stuff. I was cracking up.
It was funny. It was money. But unfortunately, the podcast is so long that nobody's listening at that point.
Well, if you haven't, it was a little over 2 hours. If you can make it into the second hour of the show, some really funny stuff.
Yeah, the first hour was terrible.
Thank you to Ralph.
Yeah, we get cooking as we get going.
Yes.
We just lost Chris again. I guess he's not too secure.
I'm fine. I wasn't affected. So
I wasn't affected at all.
Equifax. So the Versus returns this week after the lopsided victory of Nick Dunn and Stranger Things.
And Jay, of course, finished in second because everyone finished in second. That's Jay's rule. I didn't finish in last.
I was in last. It's fine.
Technically, I finished in second place.
No, I didn't.
That's what you said.
No, I said we all finished in last, considering the gap between ours, which was like in the 20s.
Okay, so
and Nick had like 160 or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Okay, all right, okay.
But I did say I wish Nick got the first pick in the draft. I wish Boston got the first pick in the draft because I think everybody would have had a chance at that point.
For sure.
I think I had the second pick, didn't I?
I think so. Yeah, because you picked.
I picked the House of Cards.
The House of Cards, yeah.
So yeah.
I thought House of Cards didn't get picked at all.
I picked House.
No, Jack picked House of Cards.
I would have chosen Narcos, but Narcos would have won because Narcos is by far flicks.
So Versus return, so that'll be exciting to talk about. We also have a special movie review of the film It. Nick and I went and saw this film in person over the weekend, so we'll be talking about that.
Is that from the Addams Family?
It's different Scary Clown movie.
Oh, Scary Clown.
So we'll have a review of that. We also have some fun hijinks that happened over the weekend. Before we get into any of that, I want to thank the people that make this show possible.
Are we going to edit that out too?
Our patrons over at patreon.com/Jay and Jack. All of our podcasts are listener supported, much like NPR, but we're a lot more fun. Everything you contribute, whether it's $1 on up, that contributes to making these shows possible. We give different rewards at different levels, so check it out. If you go to janejack.com/ I don't think it's a thing. Just go to janejack.com and click on the patron link today. We also want to take a moment to call out or to shout out, promote one of our podcasting friends, and it is the Chatterbox crew. And
Chatterbox.
I believe, Jack, they prepared a segment to play right now.
They did.
So here,
You're not going to play it as bad as you did the opening song of ours.
I don't know. I guess my audio's off on my my external device. So I play the first one, Jack, or the second one that you posted?
I believe they're all the same. I think they're both the same.
Okay, so you posted the same link twice.
I didn't see it posted, so then I posted it again. You couldn't find it, so I figured twice would help you out.
On Saturday, November 11th, join us for ASA Podcasting's 12-hour charity event featuring a Skyrim addict, the Fallout Feed, the Chatterbox, My Journey with Cystic Fibrosis, Game Talk, Awesome Spaceship, Ear Wash, and more. All funds raised will be donated to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Help us surpass the $2,500 raised in 2016. Full details and schedule can be found at asapodcasting.com.
Oh, well, there you go. That's actually part of a charity podcast. So that's cool.
Nice.
Listen for the co-host Jamie. He's the best one. You know, he talks a lot. He's on every episode.
Is Michael David on every week? David,
is.
Michael David. That might be a turnoff, but just
Bald on bald hate, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey, it's
you gotta quit
what we
that.
do. It's what we do. It's what we do.
You guys, if you guys would just band together and actually
that's not how it
support
works.
each other,
It's
you
not
guys
how it
would maybe be able to kind of end the bald person discrimination that you face.
I don't think it'll happen because you want to. It's just never going to happen. We just can't see eye to eye. I think it is because you're so bitter that you lost your hair that you're just angry all the time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Jack, you had a funny story this past
Well,
week.
now you're setting me up to fail.
No, go ahead. It's funny.
Jack, you had a funny, hilarious story to tell. Why don't you tell? Why
I
don't you
didn't say hilarious. I said funny story.
It's probably the funniest story I've ever heard. Why don't you tell that story?
If you're feeling the pressure, I'm sorry. I figured 10 years in, you'd be able to ease into this.
Jack, you better say it to the rest of the guys. Hey, Chris, I heard you have a funny story. Hey, Nick, how about your funny story you want to tell? I don't want to hear.
Mine
Hey,
are always funny.
do you have a
Yeah,
story to tell?
Nick's always pretty good.
Anyway, so I'm driving my car the other day, and we have another flat tire. I'm like, what the heck? And I see there's another nail in my tire. It's the second one in 2.5 weeks. Luckily, when we bought the car, we purchased tire insurance or whatever. They replaced the tire for free.
Okay.
Well,
Is it from Discount Tires? Because they do that. That's what I do
no,
there.
it was the Lexus dealership.
Oh, okay.
So they just. So I'm like,
Oh, you have a Lexus? I didn't know that.
yeah, I was him and Han over it. I said,
Boston, what'd you say about people that drive Lexuses? I'm sorry.
oh, he said that a long time ago.
Yeah, you drive like a bunch of entitled.
Well, to be fair, my car does tell me what to do, so it's not my fault. So I'm just saying. Anyway, so
Will drive over your Lexus.
I take my Lexus and cut everybody off along the way because it's my road. Get out of my way.
Mhm.
And so I get there, and the guy's going just to patch this. I go, I thought it was free because I have. Oh, you have the service? Yes, I bought the service. So
You're the one?
yeah. So my wife warned me.
We usually say only suckers buy this thing.
Well, it's funny. It's 2 tires in 2.5 weeks. I told my wife, I said, how about if I just go outside, get 2 nails and put them in the other 2 tires, 4 brand new tires in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's what you do. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So-
Like, what did you pay for this tire insurance?
It's $1,000. It was $1,000.
That's at least 4 tires.
But I think
How
it
long does the tire insurance
I think it lasts as long as you have tires through.
That's
that.
actually a really good deal.
Oh,
Okay, so if it is a lifetime of your car, which I don't, there's no way it's a lifetime insurance for
Why do you have to come on the show first
That's like
time and
pre-
to be so
It's like
negative?
pre-buying tires, essentially, because you know you're going to need them.
Well,
If it's for the lifetime of the car, that's the steal of a century.
Yeah, it is.
I think-
$1,000 for a lifetime is pretty
I
damn
think
good.
in 30 years of driving in San Diego, I ran over 2 nails. Here, it's like every other week.
There's something about your driveway though, because I don't just it's for some reason your driveway or the little road in front of your driveway attracts nails. Because I used to get nails on my tires all the time when parking over there.
Well, if you've done any work around your house, which I have, they basically when they were done with the nails, they just threw them in the lawn.
yeah.
They're just. I mean, I've picked up millions of them, and what I think that they did the same thing with our neighbors across the way. Their lot, So I think when it rains, all the nails wash into our way. So
That's crazy. What if someone's mowing the lawn? It's like those are like darts.
well,
Mhm.
they don't care. They've already sold the house
That's
and
a-
moved on to the next.
Man, that's a
victim.
horror movie in the making right there.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's like Final Destination.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So
Should have been my tire.
well, you should wear goggles, and I wear like a suit of armor when I'm doing the.
I paid $1,000. All I got was this lousy nail in my temple.
They
You can hardly
don't
notice it.
they don't include that. You're on your own on that one.
What was that cartoon on MTV back in the day?
Celebrity
Um,
Deathmatch.
No. It was a guy that had a lawnmower
Wait.
blade literally through his head. Oddities. MTV's
I've never seen
Oddities. Yes.
Remember MTV back in the day? I thought you were going to talk like Bugs Bunny or Popeye. No,
No, that's
On
for you.
MTV.
Yeah.
No, but back in the day, MTV. Come on.
MTV's Oddities.
Was that in the 90s?
Yeah, it was back when like Beavis
Beavis and
were-
Butthead, and I don't remember.
The head. Yeah, the
Single
head
out.
was that guy that had the huge dome that had the alien living inside of his head. No?
Sounds like some winners there. I don't remember. Yeah.
That was something before marriage, right? That cartoon.
Let me see.
Anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like going. I don't understand that. That doesn't make
No.
sense to me. So anyway, my wife says, be prepared to be there for a long time because it takes them forever to change a tire. So I'm sitting there on my iPad, hassling people about the Chargers on Twitter, and so I see
Hashtag jealous X.
So actually, I don't want to go into it. So I'm but I am
in a
getting,
better place now.
there's these two riders in LA that just don't get it.
All right, we're going down a dark path.
Yeah.
Stay on the straight and narrow.
I'm gonna
He needs
finish it.
closure. He does.
I'm going to
He
finish
needs
it now. So I'm basically saying, I kept asking me, is it a mistake that two teams moved to a market that didn't want
here we
one
go.
team at the same time? And and he kept answering that. I go, again, I'll ask you again. It's like the fourth time I asked him. He goes, well, all due respect, it's not, the question isn't worded right.
He
I
said
go-
that to you?
He said it to me. I go, well, I guess you win. I don't know how else I can say it because
You got owned by a sports writer.
he's so far up Spanos' backside that he can't just and then it was a mistake to put two teams in a market that doesn't want two teams.
Here's a question I
It's
have.
just a huge mistake.
Here's a question I have. So for the listeners at home that have gone through bad breakups before, maybe their spouse of 50 years like left them for some attractive bimbo in LA.
Wait.
Maybe
Was that even an attract? It's the StubHub Center.
yes. Well, actually, StubHub's a nice MLS field, but that's
Not for an NFL stadium.
So any advice maybe people will have out there? How do you get closure in that relationship? How did you finally let go?
No, you have to.
of,
I'll tell you the end. You have
this-
to want it. I don't want it. So I'm on my iPad.
You need a slump buster. That's what you need. See what you need to do is you need to adopt another team. Maybe
Yeah.
potentially
He needs a rebound. He needs
You need a
I-
rebound.
I thought about the Ravens. That's just because I like. it's a
They're
cool-
murderers. Although some of the Patriots were too.
yeah. Patriots
Say
fans
that
can't talk about that.
I saw an NFL meme today about it was to Tom Brady, and he goes, Tom, why do they hate you so much? It's not like you killed anybody.
Oh, rest in peace.
You got to pick a team that's like never gonna win again, like the Cowboys or somebody.
No, if I'm gonna pick a
it's
team
closer
that-
to your style.
If I'm going to
you
do that, I'm going to just become a Browns fan.
yeah, that's
Here's-
easy.
here's the thing.
I can
Here's the
handle
thing,
that.
Jack. This is your chance. All right, you can dump a loser and like actually start dating a winner. Like this is your chance to finally do right by
Jack,
yourself.
I'll take you to Gillette if you want to go.
They're playing the Chargers in a few weeks.
Come on up.
It's funny because what's the best thing about this breakup that I'm going through is I've watched both games. Well, I didn't watch the second half of the first game, but the way they've lost would have normally just pissed me off. I mean, they lost last week because their rookie kicker, Koo,
yeah,
was wide right. And
Pushed it, yeah.
there were so many Dolphin fans there that they started cheering the guy that shoots the cannon off when they score a point. blew the can off because they thought they won.
You know, they say when they get older, their celebrations can be premature.
Yeah.
Hello.
What
That happens to a
premature-
lot of guys.
What you need, Jack, is you need to like go to Gillette Stadium and get some pictures with this hot new team, and maybe you can make your ex jealous. I mean, you just need like
you know what's going to happen? I'll go there and Tom Brady will break both legs, and everybody.
Shut your mouth. Stop talking.
It doesn't
Stop.
matter.
No. Stop.
It's
Stop.
It's the system.
Stop.
You put
Stop.
me-
Okay. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
no, they Boston muted Jack.
You could put me in there and they'd still win. All right, let me take that back. That was cool.
Listen, Tom Brady put himself on the Madden game. Okay, so it's on
And
him.
Julian Edelman took a bullet for him. Julian Edelman took the bullet for Tom Brady's Madden curse.
All right, so
well, Tom
Jack,
Brady-
let's get back.
Tom Brady survived hair transplant. I think he can survive anything.
Let's
Fair
get back to your
enough.
story here of nails and
But no,
retires.
I've been saying, if I would go there, if I start being a Patriots fan and they start losing in horrible ways, you know how angry Patriot fans are. They're like the most spoiled fan group.
I will. I'll quit the Ramblecast.
So that's a plus.
Oh, don't say
There's gonna be a poll on the Ramblecast Facebook page. Yes, go to Boston, make them lose, so Chris in Boston leaves.
Ooh, we might get more Patreon money if
Right?
For those people that hate the Patriots, we have their kryptonite.
It's Jack.
Jack is a free
It's
agent.
Yeah. For this level, Jack will become a Patriot level, and for this level, Jack will not be a Patriot.
Oh my
level.
God, that's it. That's our
Yeah.
Patreon. We're talking about how we get some
Wait.
new exciting Patreon levels. This is
Yeah.
it.
So I got to be
the curse works. The curse works.
And
So,
what's
like,
the
we-
downside, Jack? There is no.
They pay you to become a Patriots fan. The curse is in
No,
put in
that
put in for
people
like a
fi-
season or two. Then they pay a lot more for you not to be a Patriots fan.
Ooh,
can
that's a
see
good
that.
point.
I can see those
Yep.
nutty Patriots fans finding my address and hunting me down, tar and feathering me.
I will give it to them. They won't have to hunt.
I'll just go out and get some Mentos. Okay, wait, can I take some Mentos first?
All
All right, I'm good.
right.
Anyway, so this story,
Yes.
this hilarious, funny story. So I'm sitting on my
Yeah, we're
iPad.
still listening to your story.
I'm in the lobby of this Lexus dealership, and they're like offering you vehicles and stuff like this and stuff.
Don't
like
you?
that.
Aren't you supposed to say like Lexus dealership? Isn't that how you're supposed to?
Oh,
actually
welcome
pronunciation?
to
Well,
welcome to Raleigh Lexus, and would you like to buy the $1,000 tire coverage? Yes. Okay. Well, if you'd like to pay a premium of $2,000, you can switch lanes without using your blinkers ever. Go ahead, sign right here.
Oh, hold on
We'll
a
put it
second.
into your loan.
Hold on a second. My wife and I almost came to blows because because I've had the problem issues with the back, and sometimes I can't feel my leg, and so I shouldn't be driving. She doesn't signal a lot. I go, you didn't signal. That guy just flipped you off. He did. I go, yeah. I go, and also the guy sitting next to you flipped you off. Signal. I'm very much pro signal.
All right, so let's go back to how you're sitting at the Lexus dealerships, drinking sparkling water and eating like crumpets or something.
Well, I had Grey Poupon.
Yeah.
It was great. Do they still make Grey Poupon?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
spicy mustard.
Mustard.
Dijon mustard.
Dijon.
Exactly.
Give me some more Grey Poupon.
In Jack's mind, he's probably thinking like caviar. That's what it is, but he doesn't
I
realize it's
don't
just,
like
you know.
caviar. Nope, not a fan.
All right. Anyways, go ahead, Jack.
So I'm
sorry.
sitting there, and this lady is walking. She's an older lady, and I can say that because I'm old, but she's older than me. And I see the stroller going back and forth, and in my mind, it's like, when EJ, you have a young child, keep a child from screaming and yelling when they're sitting for
Sure.
a long time.
Yep.
So finally, I looked up, and in the stroller is a dog. It's a dog, and I'm like going,
The worst.
Yeah.
and I'm like going, and
It makes sense now that they were at a Lexus dealership. I didn't know that part of the story first.
Is there a dog seat for Fifi? I need to have a dog seat for Fifi in my Lexus.
Anyway,
That's another $1,000 for that service.
I went 12
Can I
years.
please give you more money?
Hey, can we be fair here? I did go
I need
12.
to tell my friends in the Facebook group how much money I paid for my Lexus.
I did go 12 years without owning a car because Jay destroyed it. Did you, Jay?
Okay, listen, don't try to deflect, okay?
No, I'm just saying, I
Tell
went
your
12
story.
years without a car.
Tell your story of 1% life.
So, so anyway, so she's walking back. and forth.
Honey, empty the Patreon account immediately. We need to get this Lexus.
We didn't get Alexa with the pay. With the pay.
Can I buy this Lexus at jandjack.com/Amazon? Google it first at jandjack.com/Google.
Man, you'd make one joke about Chris being kicked off the podcast. He doesn't let up.
Honey, give me my Mentos.
I just can't deal right
The
now.
doctor was really rough today.
She actually she won't touch the Mentos, actually. So, anyway. So, she sits down next to me. In the recliners. And takes...
Wait. The waiting room has recliners?
No, it's just chairs. I just thought.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're not like your normal. They're not like those hard metal chairs you sit on. I mean, they got some comfort to them. Yes, I know. I don't want a massage. I'm good. So no, she takes the dog out of the stroller, and she starts rocking it like she's rocking a baby. And I'm looking at it, and I swear to God, the dog's looking at, save me. Save me. This lady's. And I say this because I know my mom might listen to this, and my mom is probably that lady.
Well, I did just spend a week with her, and I will confirm that.
She
but at the
makes-
same time, say thank you, Grandpa, for letting me stay at your house for a week.
Yes.
Love you very much.
Kiss up. But she makes special meals for the dog. I mean, there's that one time she was making a meal. I go, I'm not going to eat before I go on the plane. She goes, oh, no, this is for the dog. I go, oh, okay. She wasn't even offering. But no, that was my story because but rocking the dog. I kind of get the stroller thing. It's maybe easier to keep track of the dog, but
Better way to keep track of your dog. Leave it at home. I'm feeling GFY Mondays coming on.
I think, well, like San Diego, I don't think anybody keeps their dog at home anymore.
Ugh, I
They
know.
don't- I mean, it's. In fact, I guess they have a hepatitis problem down there, so they're going to have to
Downtown,
hose all.
yeah, like
they're gonna-
a lot of
they're
people
gonna
have
have to-
died.
the sidewalks and stuff, which I said 2 Comic Cons ago. I go,
Go
it
do
doesn't,
it.
it doesn't rain here, and you can't use water. And you have all these
Yeah.
dogs walking around peeing, and they have the homeless peeing, and
Yeah,
and
it's the same as down
too
here.
much at the bar, so
Yeah, downtown
Anyway.
LA, like every morning, just about there's a big old thing of bleach right on the sidewalk. Just people come out and throw it out to kill off all the germs.
They don't do that in San Diego. Though. Like downtown San Diego smells like dog piss. It's the worst. But
You thought it-
well, Jack, that was a great
you
story.
think it would have smelled better once the Spanos left.
Hashtag Jealous X. Hashtag how Jack got his groove back. All right.
Honey, I'm gonna be a Patriots fan now. I'm gonna drive up to Gillette like Lexus.
Can I drive a Lexus there? Well, I guess Robert Kraft has one, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Well,
So
I don't.
this-
If I'm going to become a Patriots fan, I have to become a jerk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did literally.
I can
have to
help you with
become-
that.
Okay, I'm sure you could.
Well, you're well on your way with your Lexus.
Yeah. It's a tailgating machine.
We did drive it down to Jacksonville. Oh, did we? I don't remember now.
Anyway. Oh man.
All right.
So last
Well,
week,
if you see me start working out, then you know I've moved on from the Chargers.
That's not happening.
no, actually, that would be the point when you're trying to like make your ex jealous. So it's like
Check these guns out, Dean.
Anyway, no. So this past week I was in California to go to one of my good friends, Ryan. His wedding was this past weekend. Shoulders. I broke his collarbone. I went in the 6th grade.
Mhm.
And then from that point on, he broke his collarbone like every year. So that's my fault.
So
That's the worst injury. By the way.
I nicknamed him Shoulders.
I would say
that's the worst injury. I would say breaking your penis probably was worse.
yeah, that probably the worst.
I hate to question you, Chris, on injuries, but I'm going to say that one.
No, broken Johnson's got to be one of the worst things ever. Actually,
you go.
Yeah.
I guess I could
Yeah.
use word Johnson.
I've broken my collarbone twice, and
Stay out of your basement.
both right, both wrists, my leg, and 7 fingers.
Woo!
I
Yeah.
broke my hand, my nose, my wrist, my foot. Couple bones.
The leg was the worst, but the collarbone's tough because it is affected by everything you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like even just like turning, sitting up, whatever, your collarbone.
And you can't sleep.
No.
Yeah, I had shoulder surgery. It was a nightmare.
Anywho, Jay story.
No, just had a great week. Spent time with family in LA when I flew out there.
Wait. You said
Or
you
before.
didn't say you had a funny story.
No, I didn't have a funny story. It's not funny. It's just
So
a story.
why are we telling this story?
And then went to In-N-Out 6 times. 6 times. I was there for 9 days. I went to In-N-Out 6 times.
We can see that. Stand up and show everybody you went to In-N-Out 6 times.
His heart is now 20% fat.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm fasting now. The couple weeks I'm home.
His blood actually looks like the filling of a strawberry Pop-Tart.
It's the In-N-Out spread. It's the secret sauce in the In-N-Out burger is now through my veins.
I did notice.
What's your blood type, sir? It's animal style.
I think Chris is making a case today that he can't be replaced.
I didn't want to replace him. You wanted to replace him, Jack. Apparently,
if you've listened to the last few podcasts, I think most people say, "Yeah, sure, go ahead."
No, I thought he was good last week. I listened to last week's. So it was great.
But I was going to ask you a question about the wedding. I noticed that both Ryan and you had tennis shoes on.
Yes.
Did you change the tennis shoes, or did you go tennis shoes the whole time?
Well, so I thought we were gonna have those tennis shoes the whole time because it's kind of a cute thing, weddings do now, where they get embroidered tennis, they were Chuck Taylors. But he actually, Ryan is super crafty, and he embroidered them himself. So mine had groomsmen on them, and then his brother was the best man. What's up?
Jealous that he's better at crafting than you?
No, I'm not. I just say, hey man, you're awesome at that. I don't have to be as good or better than you.
So they're making weddings more expensive by having embroidered tennis shoes.
No, he did it himself. He did. So he did.
No, I'm saying he did himself, but you said that's a new trend that they're doing now.
Oh yeah, but I don't think it's just you're renting shoes or buying shoes, whatever.
So is that like your groomsman gift?
No, the groomsman gift, he got me a pint glass with my name on it, like a special logo thing for the wedding, and then it was filled with
six In-N-Out coupons.
Yeah.
So what he did by this embroidered shoe idea, which is a pretty cool idea, I gotta give him credit. But what he did was he effectively created a pair of shoes that you will literally only wear once in your life on that wedding. It's not like you're gonna be walking down to the basketball court and be like, "Yo, dude, look at this guy. He's a baller. He's a groomsman."
No, he's gonna be picked. Jay would be picked.
No, actually, I will say. So we started with the dress shoes, but I didn't know that. So when I went, I thought we were just wearing these other shoes the whole time because the dress shoes, the ones you rent from Men's Warehouse, or whatever, they suck. They're really uncomfortable.
Well, there goes our sponsorship with Men's Warehouse.
No, actually, the tux I had was great.
I
The tux
guarantee that.
You're gonna love the way you
but
look.
So we get there, and it's in Ramona, which is in the middle of nowhere, San Diego. But it was a beautiful, beautiful location. It was Mount Woodson Castle. But I get there, and then they all have their dress shoes and their Chuck Taylors. And I was like, oh crap! I thought I was supposed to bring the other ones.
Why wouldn't you just? This is where I would play it safe.
No,
I would bring both sets of shoes.
But this is where I was so stupid. The tux came with the shoes.
I just told you that why you were.
I know, but it had I could get the tux holder thing that it comes in. It has a shoe pouch in the bottom. So I took the dress shoes out and put the Chuck Taylors in. It's like, oh, this is a lot easier than carrying an extra box of shoes and this tux around. But luckily,
couldn't you just put the shoes in first?
No, it was a
wait. So you were the only one with tennis shoes on.
No. The shoes got there in time, and I was able to have the dress shoes in time for the wedding. But it was a great wedding. It was a lot of fun. Had a great time.
They looked happy.
And actually, it was funny because I think it's announced everywhere. Colleen is pregnant with our second child.
My second grandchild.
Your second grandchild.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Wait, hold on. I think it was talking to me.
Will a second grandchild help you move on, Jack? Probably not.
Nope.
So Colleen was 20 weeks pregnant. And I am always me, which generally doesn't have a lot of energy. But we usually dance a lot at weddings. We have a good time at weddings. We go to a lot of weddings, and we have a good time at weddings. And so we were dancing from 7 o'clock till about 9 o'clock. We were starting to get kind of tired. And the weddings was going to 10:30, and then we were just exhausted by 9 o'clock. And for the first time out of all the weddings we've been to, we almost went home early because we were like too tired to go on. Our legs were sore and everything. But Sia came on and went out and partied it up.
What were you tired because of the 6 trips to In-N-Out Burger?
That's
Maybe. I was carrying a lot of double doubles, if you know what I mean. Colleen I had a burger baby, and Colleen had an actual baby.
That's a lot of In-N-Out Burger.
It is. But it's when people know it's your thing. Like, so when I first got in to LA and spent time with my family in LA or Ventura County, they're like, let's go to In-N-Out. I'm like, awesome. And then when I went and saw Ralph, he was like, do you want to go In-N-Out? Yeah, let's go.
Oh, you saw Ralph?
Yeah, that podcast with Ralph.
That's right.
So went to In-N-Out with Ralph, and then went to In-N-Out.
Maybe people just don't. Maybe
the bachelor party. We got hammered at the bachelor party, and we were supposed to go to this nice restaurant, and it was like whatever, and we're like, let's get In-N-Out. So we went and had In-N-Out during the bachelor party.
There was In-N-Out at a bachelor party. That could be taken a couple different ways.
We were close to TJ.
Animal style sauce all over the place.
They have an In-N-Out close to TJ?
No, it was a joke. Just that.
Oh. This story gets better.
That was a joke the whole time.
Welcome to In-N-Out. Would you like it donkey style?
Yeah, donkey style. And then when Colleen got in, she really wanted to go to In-N-Out, so we went to In-N-Out there. And then when I was driving up to Nick's house, I got hungry, so I stopped for some In-N-Out. So that was all the In-N-Out that I had.
There's more options in In-N-Out.
You are
a
bastard.
I know. I'm a big fatty. And now I have to go on this fast.
I'm so
not eating that
proud
much
of you.
for a while.
Is that urine you're drinking?
No.
Okay.
It's not mine. It's urine. But I will say, Nick has a fantastic apartment. It was a great time. So Nick, thank you for being such a fantastic host. And
how was the weather in California?
It was great. It was beautiful. It was like 70s, breezy.
It was good here till you came back.
He picked a good week.
But I will say, driving to Nick's house, I had the GPS. I know Nick's in downtown. We always hear the sirens and everything. It's part of the allure of Nick. And so for some reason, it took me on this one path because there's traffic. I will say I can't move back to California. The traffic was miserable because I had a car. I drove the whole week. I worked there for the week.
Especially LA.
No, San Diego was horrible.
Yeah.
San Diego was horrible.
The Chargers moved to LA, so which is worse?
No, honestly, like I would leave the Google office from San Diego. I left it one time at 3 to make it to the bachelor party at 5:30. So the Google office was in Mira Mesa. I didn't make it to Grossmont Center until 5:30. 2 hours.
Was there an accident?
No, just normal traffic.
I think you're going the wrong way.
No, it was brutal. 15 brutal. Anyway.
It came back through Ramona.
Sure, because I used Waze. It was the shortest possible route.
Well,
anyway, so driving to Nick's house, all of a sudden I go down this. It was 5th Street, but it's kind of a little bit further out from downtown LA. But it's kind of coming into downtown LA, and I must have taken a. It's like the scene from Vacation, the first Vacation, where the tires and everything get taken off the car.
That amazing car.
Yes. Yeah. But it was. I was scared for my life. I was like, "There's no way Nick lives down here. It's like he would get murdered." But luckily, it was past a few blocks, and I made it past Skid Row, LA. But it was a tough, couple of minutes there.
It was funny, guys, because Jay had sent me his on Waze. He sent me the route that it was sending him, and at first it avoided it. Skid Row, and then all of a sudden when I checked it again right when he was getting near it, it put him right to the heart of Skid Row.
You have to visit Skid Row because any Charger fan's going to have to see it.
It was it was sad to see. It wasn't a pleasant experience, but luckily Nick's further enough in.
Has it grown? I'm sure it's grown since I've been to LA.
Downtown LA?
No, Skid Row.
It's only a couple of blocks that are really rough. That you're just like when you see it, if you actually get stuck at the red light there in the intersection, you're like, "Holy crap!" And
I stopped at a red light. It was.
You're clicking all the locks on all your doors.
Jay goes, "I have In-N-Out."
Here you go. All right, go.
It's a good thing it's not in my Lexus.
Yeah, it's a good thing I wasn't in a Lexus because I probably they would have trashed my car. But anyways, it was a great time. I got to hang out with Cliff. It was a lot of fun.
Did you podcast with him?
We should have. You know, Nick, we should have podcasted from that diner.
You should
That'd been
just
fantastic.
fly from the diner.
Yeah. Post it. But all right, that was my week. It was a fun week.
That was a great story.
Nick,
Well,
do you
okay,
have
I'll
something
tell
you want to share with us?
Yeah, I'll tell you my quick story. So, like, while Jay's visiting, stories just pop in your head, and I'm surprised I haven't told this story yet. So, a couple of weeks ago, I had a date, just my one and only date with the girl. And this story is not the reason why I didn't go out with her again. But so we're eating and we're having a good time. We're getting to know each other, and we're kind of geeking out and talking about things we like, and then we lost Chris.
He's back.
So. Love that face. Anyway, so
hey, Chris, my Lexus has better internet than you do.
Right.
That doesn't make you seem better, Jack. That doesn't.
No, I'm just trying to make just go on.
it comes with the complimentary 4G.
He's dropped out like 8 times already.
So we're talking about I forget, like, just movies and things we've watched the most, and all of a sudden I go, well, I was like, I probably watched Empire Strikes Back the most. All the movies I probably watched that one the most. And then she kind of just like pauses for a minute. Yeah, I mean, Butch Cassidy is my favorite movie, but I will watch Empire more just because it's always on. And then you put it on and just but and then she pauses for a little while, and she looks at me. She goes, "Oh, I've never seen Star Wars."
Whoa!
Yeah. So most of us are kind of like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, Chris. I'm like, oh, cool.
Either.
Huh?
My wife hasn't seen it either.
Yeah, but I'm like, like, oh, cool. I was like, well, we'll have to watch it. That'd be cool. And then she's like, yeah, I should probably watch it by now. I should probably give it another shot. And I just kind of, okay, you can't really leave it open like that, and then she goes, well, okay. I used to get really upset every time I would see it on. I'm like, oh, okay. She goes, yeah.
Is she a serial killer?
No. She goes, well, when I was 6, my grandfather put it in the VHS player, and like we were about 20 minutes into the movie, and all of a sudden he died. And
that's not funny.
Yeah.
Just wait, let him finish it.
Yeah. She goes, and then and I was just there for like 4 hours with my dead grandfather while Star Wars was playing.
You're not my grandfather.
You beat me to it, Chris. I just remember to say it.
And hey, what do you say to that? You're just kind of like,
What did you
okay.
say?
Well,
I just
said,
I mean, it was a perfect excuse. I just
said,
okay.
well, I'm good. I don't eat In-N-Out burgers 6 times in 2 days. I'll be all right.
Yeah. God.
We've lost Boston, not because of his internet.
Oh.
That is I didn't see that coming.
No, exactly. Neither did I.
Well, that took a downturn.
Yeah, really quickly.
Well, how are you on Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid?
Oh my goodness!
You didn't watch that with your grandma, did you?
Uncle Owen.
About 20 minutes. That's about the point of
Exactly.
the Owen and Baru.
Oh my God!
Well, did she finish the movie? Because she said
No,
she sat there for 4 hours.
It probably
Grandpa-
just kept playing, but she's
Did
never
Grandpa-
said she
did
said she
Grandpa
never
have-
finished it. So
Did he have control of the remote?
Well, he
Well,
definitely
imagine-
lost control of that and some other things.
But just imagine, like, you're 6 years old, and like all of a sudden your grandfather stops moving. You probably don't know what to do. So it's just that's all she remembers about it is like
She
probably her
she
shaking
probably
him.
said- she goes, "What's the big deal with this movie? He's sleeping through it."
Oh my God!
Yeah, send your hate mail to Jack Glatfelder.
Oh, come on! It's been how long?
Yeah, she's 35. So
35, so 29 years.
That's
It's time. It's time to move on.
That's tough. Were you able to stay on target for the rest of the date? Or
yeah, I mean the date ended well. I don't remember how we switched subjects, but like it
But you've only been out with her once.
yeah, I went out with her once. Yeah,
What was the turnoff?
no, she was fine.
Are you afraid to see a movie with her?
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. No. I mean, I thought she was great. I just, no, she just wasn't feeling it.
I guess not. You guys are just
There was no hope.
Well, I see a 1-star coming from this podcast.
Heart attack of the clones.
Oh, my God.
This poor woman. This poor woman.
Well, see, that's where you should have said, okay, Nick has a funny story, but you didn't do that. And Nick had a funny story.
It was a funny story.
I know it was. That's what I'm saying.
But I didn't want to say funny and then get hate mail about my insensitivity. So
Well, you're laughing. It's one of those things I think, you have to laugh.
oh man. Boston, you have anything to follow up that?
You want me to follow that one?
Shoot, I don't know. Oh my God. I'll tell a different type of story.
I don't think you topped this one.
I can't. I don't even know if I should. No, I'll tell you one terrifying. It's not terrifying, but not great story. So I'm a homeowner now of 5 years. So I've had our house for 5 years now. And prior to living in my own home, I never owned a dishwasher. I had dishwashers at a couple different apartments, but never actually owned and or maintained a dishwasher, as it typically wasn't really the job of a tenant. But I noticed that our dishwasher had this weird smell to it. I thought it was like, from our cat food dish, kind of smelling like, cat food really. And the other day I was home. I had a Monday off. I was off during the week, and no kid, no wife. You expect to sit down and play video games all day, but instead there's a honey-do list of a million things long I had to get taken care of. And one of those things was doing the dishes. And I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to figure out what's going on with the dishwasher. I'm going to pull it out. Let's see if there's like a dead mouse or something behind the dishwasher or whatever. So I pulled it out, nothing there. And I looked down and I see there's little pieces of plastic that got stuck in the filter. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I picked that out. So I Googled it. I go, why will dishwashers smell funny? They're like, well, yeah, you should, routinely check, clean, and sometimes replace the filter in like the catch where all the water goes down. And I'm like, huh? How about that?
I don't think I've ever done that.
No,
Yeah.
neither have I. You should.
Nearby.
I pulled up the bottom filter thing, and I actually threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh.
And I'm amazed that my family did not get sick from what I found. Like you get that such an awful smell, you just instantly want to vomit.
Yeah.
Like I at one point was like,
when Jay goes to the bathroom.
yeah, right. I had to like remove these parts with one hand because I had to like cover my mouth and clean it out. And it was literally the most rank and disgusting crap that I've ever seen. Like I actually got to a point where I sat there. I was sitting on the ground in my kitchen right here, and I was actually contemplating: do I want to clean this, or
Play video games.
do I want to have Home Depot deliver me a new washing machine today?
Whoa, Home Depot.
And I
Jay
looked.
Jackson, Amazon.
I was actually looking on Lowe's, Lowe's.com, and that there serendipitously there was like this 35% off washing or dry washing what do you call it, dishwashers. I was like, oh man, it's a sign. And I was about to buy one. I was legitimately about to buy one
You're
because
like,
I didn't want to even look.
You're giving me crap about having a Lexus, and you were going to buy a new dishwasher because your filter
I
smelled
didn't
bad.
even want to look at this thing.
My filter smells bad. I can't do that.
It was
Jack,
terrible.
you can't flip that one. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
My Lexus has a dishwasher in it. Thank you very much.
So
It actually does. But I guess I should check the filter. I've had it for a year.
holy crap. Well, because and
It's
I've
heated
also
and cooled.
in fairness, I'm actually looking to move it because I have to get behind it anyways when I finally put in my garbage disposal that I bought like 2 months ago. Because I have to route some of the
I was going to say, it's not that hard putting a garbage disposal in.
well, no, but
I remember the story now. You can go ahead.
the way it's set up, it's kind of like I have to go around, snake around, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking about getting a new one. It was just kind of make it flush. So that was part of my decision-making process was I actually would like to get a new dishwasher to make it look better over here.
Yeah.
but I almost pulled the trigger. Except it was like 4 to 5 weeks for delivery. I'm like, what kind of sale is 35% off when I have to wait until November 11th for the thing to get
Prime
here?
2 days.
Well, we found that
Right.
with our fridge, where we bought it because our fridge died, so we bought a new fridge, and it took 6 weeks to get the fridge in.
You had to get a new refrigerator?
Huh?
That was
We got a new refrigerator when our fridge died back when we were still in the
I
townhouse.
was like, God, I thought you just got one.
No.
So yeah, I mean, here's your public service announcement: give your filter a check inside your dishwasher, because man, oh man,
I changed the filter in the refrigerator for the water. I change that all the time.
yeah. And then I actually had to run it with like a cycle of what you do is I was Googling all these different things, and it's like, okay, fill a cup full of white vinegar, which I happen to have, and I put it, and put it in the top rack, and then just run as hot as you can go. So I cleaned it out after I hand washed every single part and got on my hands and knees, got in there and cleaned the whole damn thing out. And I ran it with
So you only
vinegar.
finished one thing on your list, is what you're saying.
I didn't even finish it because I couldn't do the damn dishes because I had to go through all these different cleaning cycles to get the goddamn thing done. But I did fold a load of laundry.
Now, do you not wash the dishes off before you put them in the dishwasher?
No, we do. Absolutely do. But like, I mean, you give it the old college try. I mean, you give it a little rinse, right, with some hot water and see what happens.
Computer?
No, I clean them off before I put them in there.
Then why do you have a dishwasher?
Because my wife likes to. She thinks it has to be hot water, sterile, all this different stuff. I said
It's a waste.
Hey, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right?
So it's like we used to have a cleaning lady come to the house and clean our place.
I've never had a cleaning lady.
And
Jay,
my wife was all about cleaning the house before they came.
That's why I won't
So
get one.
that is literally the equivalent of what you just accused me of doing with the dishwasher, Jack.
We had a cleaning lady for a little while. And we used to like clean the house before they came over, and it was. Then we switched to having a cleaning robot. Then
I can't afford a robot.
My robot is probably one.
Just talk to Nick. He's got
100.
some good ideas.
Oh man,
That's my
All right.
story. The gross science experiment that was my dishwasher.
Now I got to go downstairs.
Yeah,
and look
now
at my
Yes.
dishwasher.
Go check that thing out.
Yeah,
My
I'm
skin's
worried.
crawling thinking about it.
All right. Well, thank you for everybody's stories. Now it is time to get into our special review of it.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go check my dishwasher.
When you're a
Okay,
kid,
go for it.
you think the universe revolves around you.
My Lexus floats.
You think that you'll always be protected and cared for. Then, one day, you realize that's not true.
It's
Because when you're alone as a kid, the monsters see you as weaker. You don't even know they're getting closer
It's a family movie.
until it's too late.
You'll float too. You'll float too.
My grandfather.
All right.
Anywho.
Wait, before you give the review, I got to ask Nick this. Now, Jay doesn't like scary movies.
It's not scary.
Okay. Did he sleep with you? Did he have to cuddle, did he have to cuddle with you?
well, it's a studio, so technically I did sleep with him.
It's true. No, I
Wait. Before you slept with him, did you go on?
I heard Jay snoring a couple times, so he slept pretty soundly.
I did actually. It was
that's
Jana's
snoring
old inflatable mattress. I slept just fine actually.
Mhm.
So
To give a little backstory, so Jay is coming up to LA, and I'm kind of curious if there's anything he wants to do because he's only here for like half a day, and so I give him a quick little tour of downtown, and then Jay had mentioned prior, like maybe we can go to the movies or something, and I said, well, Cliff and I used to go to the Chinese theater, and Jay's like, great, I've never been. Well, actually, he's been, but he's never seen a movie within the main theater.
Yeah,
and
just
so I'm
just
like,
been
well,
outside it, right?
just outside, yeah. So I'm like, well, we got to go now. And so there's, the main one, which is the IMAX and everything. We're like, well, let's see what's playing there. And we were kind of like Chris, like we have no intentions of ever seeing it, but because that's the one that's playing in the main theater, like, well, crap, we've got to go watch it now, but we were all three of us pleasantly surprised that how good this movie was.
yeah, it was. It was scary. It was definitely scary. But it also had the same. If you liked Stranger Things, which again is kind of based on Stephen King, Spielberg, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But or Stand by Me or Goonies, that kind of coming of age story. At its core, I thought was the really cool story that really drove the film.
If you like clowns, I guess it has clowns, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, in one scene, there's multiple clowns. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I exactly. If you can handle Stranger Things, you can handle this. It's not.
I think this is scarier than Stranger Things.
It's stranger than the Stranger Things, but it's not like it's aside from the bathroom scene, there's not like there's any blood or anything. Oh, and then the opening a little bit there, but there's only two scary scenes to me, and that was the one that everybody knows, the drain scene, and then the woman in the painting. That's the only thing that was scary to me.
Oof. So like in the original book, it's set in the 50s, and then like it's kind of two stories. It's the kids in the 50s when they first face the monster, or Pennywise.
Is the monster a clown?
Well, so this it's a being that's been around forever, and it comes out every 27 years in this town and has
what's that guy, the serial killer that was a clown? Gacy?
Oh, right.
I don't know. Well, so
John Gacy, something like that.
This being has to basically feed off enough kids to keep itself alive, essentially.
Every 27 years.
And it does every 27 years, and it does that by actually he called it salting the meat, which is making they have to be afraid when he takes them. So he assumes the form of whatever that kid is afraid of, and his main form is Pennywise the clown. But he takes the form of, so all these kids have different things they're afraid of. Right. Well, the kids just refer to it as it, but yeah. So there's in the book, it's set in the 50s, so it takes the form of like a mummy and all the classic movie monsters, and then of course Pennywise the clown. In this film, what I like the different is like they actually kind of went to whatever the fears of that kid was, and there's some different ones, which is really scary. To Nick's point, there's this really scary painting that is probably some of the scariest parts is with that. So I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple parts I would watch like this with like my hands in front of my face.
Oh, I think we all did.
Yeah, Nick can attest.
What would be what would the it be to you? I mean, if what's your biggest fear, what would it be to you?
Probably spiders. Spiders are.
So it would be a giant spider.
Yeah. It would appear as a giant to try and scare me. Yeah.
Well, mine's my mom, so.
His mom actually wore the Pennywise mask.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, we got to ask you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely spiders. I think I mentioned that last week on the podcast.
He did run from a spider.
Yeah.
How about you, Action Jackson? Mice. Oh, you hate mice.
I don't like mice. I don't like Dean Spanos. Snakes. I'm not a big fan of snakes, even though I've gotten less fearful. Spiders don't really bother me.
Snakes.
I'm not a fan of them.
But what I loved about the movie, and we kind of talked about this after we saw the movie, is it is scary. It has jump scares, but it's not like Saw. I've never seen Saw, so I don't know. But I assume it's not as scary as Saw. But what I loved about it is the kids. I felt like I went on the journey with the kids where. At the beginning, you're like really scared of the different times that kind of it comes into play. But then as the kids kind of turn to kind of face their fears.
Are there no adults in this film?
Yeah, they're all creepy as hell.
Yeah, they're all kind of horrible people.
All right.
Whereas like Stranger Things are just kind of like absent, save for
where's my kids?
I don't know. Just to answer Jack's question, I think Cliff, or it might have been you, Jay. I'm not sure. Like, because I was like, why are all the parents weird? Like, why are they all creepy? And it's because it's kind of like E.T. in the fact that it's all taken from the kid's point of view, and so all the parents are creepy is because everything they're afraid of is magnified. Like, as in, like they're when you're a kid. Adults are creepy to you, like if you don't know them, or like even your parents, and so like everything's magnified.
Maybe because it happened every 27 years, those parents had already lived through it.
Possibly,
yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, but that's my theory.
And the thing about Pennywise is he actually there's kind of this weird trance in the town where they don't acknowledge the fact that these kids are going missing and being killed. I mean, it's acknowledged, but it's not like hey, there's a pattern we're seeing here. Except these kids kind of figure it out.
I didn't like my kid anyway. Is that what they're basically saying?
Well, that's what made me wonder about the one kid whose mom was like the really protective one. Who's like, was she protective because of Pennywise, or just because she was just a lonely mom? You never are quite sure.
Well, if it's in the same town, right? Same small town.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bet you the parents have already lived through it, and that's why they're.
That could be.
And they're probably to this day afraid of the it guy.
So the turn, like when they actually face it, like I felt like I was like, yeah, you got this. Let's do this. Let's get this guy. So I wasn't afraid anymore. So that's what I really liked.
Yeah.
And there's some. I think if there's any, it's gotten. I think it's 85% positive on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's the number one film 2 weeks in a row.
There's the criticisms are saying like eventually you're not scared or as scared of Pennywise or the other things, and I think that's kind of the point, because again, you as the viewer kind of follow the same journey as the characters, and when they're not as afraid, you aren't as afraid. So I really like that turn, and it has a good ending. And it's not a secret that this is a part 1. The part 2 is going to be the 27 years later, when as adults they kind of face off again with this beast. It was set in the 80s instead of the 50s, which was cool. Because again, it's kind of weird to think to us the 80s is what the people in the 50s was the people in the 80s. So I like that flip.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. I would give it 4 out of 4 thumbs. I hate scary movies, and I kind of want to see it again.
I was shocked you were going to it. I'd be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Jay.
I won't speak for you, but go ahead.
Yeah, like Jay said, like my 2 favorite things about the movie, because like I thought it was just me who felt that way. Like there's a specific point in the movie where you're kind of tense. You have this just tension in your stomach the entire movie, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. And it's a point where all of a sudden it's okay not to fear Pennywise. And I remember saying something after the movie was over, and Jay was like, "Yes, I felt the same." I'm like, "Oh wow!" Like it was just so it was like really good in how they delivered this moment of now it's okay to like. You figured it out. You figured out the puzzle of how to defeat him, and like now you're on the journey to defeat him with the kids.
Jay, your tension in your stomach, was that just red meat sitting there?
It could have been. It could have been.
It was indigestion. Yeah, it was just.
I was in LA. I should have gotten a colonic before I left, just to clear myself out. But and
also there's a lot of really good kid humor in it. You know,
are the kid actors good?
They're very
good.
Because that's the key. That's a plus or minus any kid movie.
Well, it has the kid who played Mike in Stranger Things, or who plays Mike in Stranger Things.
He's the lead, right?
The lead, yeah.
Well,
the lead in Stranger Things.
The lead in Stranger Things is in this. He's not the lead. He's like
he's
kind of
comic relief. Yeah.
Kind of his name's Foulmouth Tozer, Richie Tozer.
Yeah, he's got some of the best one-liners in that movie.
He does.
In Stranger Things, he's the one that has a crush on 11.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not talking about Jay.
Yeah.
I'm talking
and
about
then, well, that's what I forgot what I said now. Like that's what I even said to Jay. I was like, you know, like something about that, like because there's a cute little redhead in this movie, and
easy,
easy, yeah.
Is this Charlie Brown?
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, like, it's a sign like Jay's now he's gonna have another little crush because
Jay, were you upset?
It's the same kid.
Didn't win the Emmy.
No, I mean I get it. Like Handmaid's Tale, especially the climate that we're in, it makes sense that's what won. It's in everybody's minds. But
that was a little. Everyone.
I personally, I thought Handmaid's Tale was fantastic. Personally, I like Stranger Things better, but you know, I'm not the person voting.
If I was voting, I would have gave it to Handmaid's Tale. Elizabeth Moss was excellent.
Again, yeah, I'm not taking anything away from Handmaid's Tale. I'm really not. But me personally, I recently rewatched it. We're doing a podcast about it. I love Stranger Things. But again, I'm an 80s 90s kid, and like it evoked a lot of like nostalgia for me.
I'm an into world type person, so that's why I like Handmaid's Tale.
You're gonna do a podcast on Handmaid's Tale or on
Stranger Things.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, no, it was. Well, what's your thumbs? Like, I'm sorry, we kind of derailed you there.
Out of 4 thumbs?
4 yeah, out of 4.
3.5 thumbs.
3.5.
Wow, Nick hates everything.
That's true.
Nick hates everything.
Nick picks everything.
That's true.
Very few Nick picks.
Like, you know, I think it's one of those movies that I'm really glad I watched it. Would I buy it? Probably not, because I just don't see myself coming home and going, I want to watch it. But I did enjoy it.
Would you watch it with Grandpa?
Oh, only if I hated Grandpa. But no, it was good. Like, cause like I love Tim Curry, and I think everything Tim Curry is.
Oh, he's in it?
No, he's not. But he was in the original.
No,
And
Tim Curry watched Star Wars with his granddaughter.
No.
Low blow.
Not okay. Not okay. Oh my God. Oh, you're going to hell, Boston.
Yeah, I'll buy you a beer when you get there.
Oh my God.
That was Boston that said that.
But I mean,
You're a
SARS
pistol today, Boston.
Yeah, you know.
You're on fire today.
It's been a long week.
It's Wednesday.
You know.
I guess that nasty dishwasher just maybe some chemical came into you or something.
Oh crap. Go ahead, Nick. Tim Curry.
Well, I was just saying, yeah. Well, it was well, like because
I didn't know there was an original. When did that come out?
It was a TV miniseries. It was like a 2-part miniseries.
And Tim Curry was Pennywise, and everything he's done, even though he's not considered by some to be like a great actor, but like every character he's done, he's embodied it, and it was really good. And so
wasn't he in Hook?
No.
Okay.
No. You know what he's been. He's been lots of stuff.
I know. I'm trying to think of he's been in this bad.
Oh, but but Sarsgaard, who played Pennywise, was really good.
Yeah, but he did a really good job. I like, again, he was such a good like evil person. Like I couldn't help but watch, even though I was being scared. Like I was like I thought he did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was you could tell he kind of took influence from Heath Ledger's Joker and some other things, and
So is this
I thought he did a good job.
For the last 6 months, clowns in the forest and people dressing up as clowns and scaring people.
There's been some tie-ins, not the main thing where the clowns, but
is there
yeah,
a balloon thing? You see the red balloon.
What's what we talked about?
That's what. So basically in the beginning, it's the well-known part. This built like the lead character, his brother has a little toy boat, Georgie, and it goes down this drain, and then Pennywise is down there, and he like says, "Hey, do you want a balloon?" And so basically, kind of tries to entice him to come down. And it doesn't end well for Georgie.
No, it doesn't.
But do people forget about Georgie like another TV show? Just complete. I don't want to spoil anyone who hasn't seen it.
Oh, okay. Then we won't talk about it.
Okay.
Anywho,
but like
closing thoughts.
The tie-ins though, like Jack, because I know you're not really at Comic-Con when we go to Comic-Con a lot, but
I am there in spirit.
Yeah. Well, like there was people all around Comic-Con this year.
There's a lot of people there.
In yellow raincoats with red balloons.
Oh, so that's the.
That's what they were doing, because like I didn't realize that until like a week after Comic-Con, because there was
he's wearing a raincoat because he's in the drain.
Well, in the beginning of the movie, it's raining. Georgie, his older brother makes him a little paper sailboat, and that's what he does is that he lacquers it, and gives it to him so it'll float. And Georgie puts it down the side of the street where all the water's flowing, and it goes into the sewage drain. And
did they not keep a calendar saying it's been 27 years Georgie's out of the drain?
Well, no,
it wasn't known to everybody.
It's only 6 months after. Oh, right, got you now. Okay.
Is it the
but
whole?
Anyway,
year,
there was
just a short amount of time.
It's 88. 88 is when Georgie disappears, and then you say like it says like 1989. So you assume it's been six months to a year.
How long is the It guy? Penny, what's his name?
It's usually about a year. He usually feeds for a year.
So for a whole year.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Because like he's gotten, I would say probably 20 something kids. By the time you actually see.
What's this guy weigh after he's eaten all those kids?
We don't really know if he eats them. It's more maybe he like kind of a Dementor sucks their soul or something.
Yeah, he lives off their fear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, how much does fear weigh?
How much does your soul weigh, Jack?
I mean, I'm just saying. I can see,
Anyway, all right. Let's close out this It review. Any final thoughts, Nick?
Well, I was just going to finish that little bit about because like there was an older lady in the yellow raincoat at Comic-Con in the parking lot next to our hotel, Jack, and she was just standing there with her balloon, and me being me, thinking like maybe she's lost. I'm like walking up to her and just talking to her, and she's just staring at me. I'm like, Okay, she's just weird. Yeah, but
Do you need some help, ma'am?
Actually,
Yeah.
Nick made one of the horror movie faux pas. Like he went to the strange weird thing. He would have been killed in the film.
I would have been killed. Yeah.
Your fear would have been sucked out of your soul.
Oh, there was also this funny moment because the Grauman's Chinese Theater is huge, or it's the TCL Chinese Theater, whatever it's called now.
Hey, that's where they have all the footprints and handprints.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yes.
Can I just say that when I saw John Wayne, I was not impressed by the size of his feet.
What's the boots? Maybe, but anyway,
still,
so
they were like tiny feet.
it's a big theater. It's probably the biggest movie
John
theater I've ever been
Wayne.
in, like to see a film. So anyway, so we're all sitting there, and then it's kind of getting towards the climax, like crap's going down, and all of a sudden, like Cliff, like a bat out of hell, just jumps, says, "I gotta go," and he like runs out of the theater. We're like, damn, I guess Cliff couldn't take it.
Well, he wanted he wanted to see if his feet were bigger than John Wayne's.
So he comes back. He said he had to go to the bathroom, but I don't know. That wasn't like a dash.
So
it was one of those moments where
it's the scariest scene. Is that what you're saying?
No, it wasn't, because I remember we just laughed, I think, and then because I know the woman behind me was laughing about something, and then all of a sudden it was like Cliff. It wasn't like, "Hey guys, I got to go to the bathroom," and like just gets up. No, it was one of those like if explosive diarrhea hits you, and then you had no idea it was coming. I've got to go, because he just got up and took off. We're like, "Where the hell is Cliff going?"
Maybe he saw an attractive woman, and he didn't have a water bottle.
He literally sprinted. It was, again, it's a big theater, and you just think of these cascading seats going up. He was like jumping 5 steps at a time.
I've never been in the theater. How many seats does it hold?
It's huge. It's
big. Yeah.
Now you guys, you've seen John Wayne's feet, right?
Yeah.
They're small though, aren't they? I mean, I know he's in.
They are compared to today's. Yeah.
But it's John Wayne. It's the Duke.
The screen makes it look bigger.
Well, he's probably like 4'5". I'm saying.
All right, so let's get to the final segment of the night. Have
you kept this under an hour?
We're probably about an hour right now. But that's okay. We're trying. We're doing our darndest.
I blame Chris.
Yeah, sorry.
It's time for our verses, and last time Nick won. I believe, Jack, were you in second? Or no, Boston, were you in second?
I was in second.
We all finished in last.
Jack, you're in third, and I was in last. Even though there's some people now that's checked Master of None, and again, the episode I talked about won the Emmy for best writing.
You still finished in last.
You're welcome.
How many Emmys has House of Cards won?
I don't know. Has it won me? I don't think it has.
Yes, it's won. What's his name himself has won.
I'm pretty sure, Seth.
They both won Emmys.
So this versus, we're gonna go back to an original recipe, which is it's one thing versus another thing, so not 4 things.
Yeah, because it's just too difficult for some people.
And
I can't believe you didn't pick Alexis.
How come tacos isn't on the list? I love tacos.
So it is
no sloppy joes.
It is burgers versus pizza.
I still don't know what I'm going to pick.
The two tent poles.
Are we doing the roll of the dice? Because I don't want to go first.
It's roll of the dice, but we should we get teams? Because Nick and I were on a team last time. You and Boston were on a team last time. Do you want to shuffle that up?
Yeah, randomized teams. Let's go right now.
We weren't purposely on a team though, Jay. We just kind of like.
Yeah, just kind of we chose the side.
Let's roll the dice, and whoever.
So whoever gets the highest die gets to pick his team.
No, whoever gets the 2 highest die.
2 highest are on the same team. 2 lowest are on the.
Okay.
Right. Just hope I don't get Boston.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, let me.
Come on. To be fair, you are the San Diego Chargers of the verses.
But what if our other teammate doesn't agree with what we pick?
You have to. Screw it.
Well, can't we all agree that we like burgers and pizza to a certain degree? Like we're not.
But it's like I can't figure out who's gonna win.
It's a tough vote, and that's I think gonna make it fun. The verses. This should be a closer vote.
I know what I want to pick.
So who wants to go first? Nick raises his hand. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Let me raise the brightness so we can see this.
Yeah, because we all gonna see it.
I mean, what's it matter? It's just a pick.
Oh, is it too bright?
Ooh,
it's too bright.
It's scaring me. It's like a poltergeist.
We're here. Okay, here we go. Nick's roll is a 1. All right, who wants to go next?
Let Chris go because he'll probably get a 1-2.
All right, Boston. Here we go.
What do you get? Speak.
4.
Okay. I'll go next.
All right, here we go. Action Jackson. 5. Oh, damn.
Get a 2, Jay.
6.
I didn't mean with Jack. No.
This is the first time in Versus history Jay and I have been on the same page.
Oh, crap. Okay. So, Jack, we get first pick then, right? Is that how that works?
You make the call because I can defend either one.
I'm nervous now. I'm nervous. Like, I didn't think I'd have first pick. So
it is tough because I was trying to think all day what I would pick.
Would you be okay? Would you be okay with burgers? I'm feeling burgers.
I'm okay with burgers.
You all right with it?
I'm okay with it because I don't know what the people are gonna go with. Like again, you're gonna have the people complaining we didn't list tacos and pork chops.
Okay, so the versus rules are Jack and I will discuss why burgers are better than pizza. Then Nick and Boston will have their floor to say, or not better than pizza, but why burgers should be your choice. Then Nick and Boston will have their say on why pizza should have their choice. And then our next round will be us bashing the other person's pick. Okay. All right. That's how the rules go. Each team will have roughly a minute per person to talk. I will kick off the talking, Jack, if you're okay with that.
That's cool. I'm 100% behind that one.
So I will get the stopwatch ready, and here we go.
Chris,
so
I'm
going to go. I mean, burger. I think I love pizza. Nothing against pizza, but the hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon burger, like just there's something about a fantastic burger that's it's like home. It's like coming home. And when you think about it, when there's those debates about In-N-Out Burger or Five Guys or whatever, we're not talking about like Pizza Hut or Domino's. No, we're talking about Shake Shack and Whataburger and all of these classics. White Castle, because it is the burger. There is nothing more quintessential in modern times to eat than a burger. And if we want to talk about variety, there's so many different varieties. You have a turkey burger for those that are healthy. You have a veggie burger for those that are, vegetarian conscious. And you have a barbecue burger with onion rings and bacon and barbecue sauce and cheddar cheese and meat. Like there's just so many.
Not healthy.
There's so many different varieties, there's so many ways to scratch everybody's itch, their food itch. That I think the burger is the way to go. Jack, you have the floor.
I think you touched on it. Barbecue. Mm-hmm. Picture yourself, family comes over. It's a nice sunny day outside, nice weather, and you're outside watching the kids play because kids like to be outside playing. And what do? You barbecue. You barbecue some burgers. You're not waiting for the crappy pizza to come from the 30 minutes.
We can't criticize pizza until it's the criticizing round. Sorry,
okay,
Jack.
You can't wait for the other product that's crappy to come, and you're barbecuing. You're having a cold one. The kids are out. Like I said, they're outside playing, and it's just you can hear it sizzle, just sizzle, and then you slap some bacon on it, and some cheese, and you get a nice bun, and like you said, onions, and you get pickles and tomatoes, everything in the world you can get for a hamburger. It's just like, oh my God, I think a hamburger is better than sex. I'll say it right there. It's just so damn good. Burgers all the way.
Okay. All right. So now we will let all right, you get Boston, Nick, who decided goes first?
Nick, you look like you are ready to go.
No, it's just that I just want to point out first that Jack is for burgers, but everyone knows he's...
Hold on.
Hey, this is the criticizing round.
Okay, fine. You can't criticize yet. I've got plenty of that and ready to go. Don't you worry.
All right. I'm starting the timer now for you, Nick. Go.
Okay, let me tell you why pizza is superior to burgers. Let me tell you, because you have deep dish, you have thin, you have New York style, you have hand tossed. And not only is it's 3 simple ingredients: sauce, cheese, and dough. And it's perfection. Just that by itself. And then you can add stuff on top of it.
Has it been a minute already?
Shh. But like, you know, they're saying barbecue and all this stuff. Guess what? You can have barbecue chicken. You can have any kind of chicken you want. You can have pesto sauce. You can have marinara. You can have anything you want. You can have peanut butter as your sauce. You can have anything. Pizza is that good.
Jack, hold it.
Think about pizza is a craft.
Boston, you're starting. Nick,
Okay. I'm sorry, Nick.
This is a love relationship. It's give and take.
I love it. Okay, so if you think about it, like pizza is an artisanal craft. Now, use that word that has transcended generations and generations. You can go back into you can trace its roots back to Italy, but most recently you go back to New York City when you had the young Italian boy working for his parents, kneading that dough, throwing it up in the air. That first time he threw that dough up in the air and he saw how the dough spun around and it was able to craft this unbelievable crust. And then he takes his mother's
weirdly sexual.
Mother's special tomato sauce and spreads it evenly amongst that pizza. And he says, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take all these different toppings. I'm going to experiment. There's so many different ways I can make this pizza delicious.
Yes.
And I put that into a nice wood-fired oven and let that pizza crisp. So it's just crunchy enough, but just soft enough. So it doesn't have that, when you hold up that slice, it kind of has a little bit of a limp down because it allows you to take that slice and just take all the sauce and the cheese and the hamburger, which, by the way, hamburger on this particular food is actually an ingredient on top of ours. And it's just an amazing combination of just family heritage, flavor, and unbelievable ingredients. Pizza.
Right, there we go.
I know that.
Boston, I gave you some more time since Nick didn't use his whole minute. So, all right. So, Jack, I will. Okay, hold on. Now it is Jack and I's turn to criticize their pick of pizza. So, Jack, you have the floor. You also only have 1 minute. So go ahead.
Well, if you'd shut up, I could go. Both Nick and Chris both said about the young boy kneading the dough, and they're like putting their hands all over the dough. What's the odds of these people washing their hands first? Oh, I just went to
very good. Sorry,
I just went to the bathroom, and I'm into your pizza. And I don't want you guys to get a stomach ache out there, but it's probably worse than Chris's filter in his dishwasher. It's
health codes.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, you're gonna order
maybe in Raleigh.
Is there anything better than being with family, barbecuing burgers, and having, you can order pizza, but you're going to get Domino's, Pizza Hut, crappy pizza. It's not even really pizza. And are you going to sit around and make a pizza? How many people sit around and make a pizza? Nobody. You make a burger, and you make it your way, the way you like it. Not a pizza, because how many people can do a pizza? No, nobody. You have to have someone else do it for you.
And time.
All right, so to echo that, I mean, burgers are so easy for you to make. Like if you're talking about having a barbecue,
they're American.
It's so easy to make a fantastic burger. But if anybody's ever tried to make a pizza from scratch before, it's a lot of work. So I feel like it's not even something that the mass of people can really do. In fact, use.
Chris was on his to-do list before the dishwasher. He was supposed to make a pizza, never got to it.
So then you're limited with frozen pizzas from Target or DiGiorno's, or some type of delivery. And maybe you happen to live in Chicago or with deep dish or New York with New York style pizza. But if you're not in that area, then you have nothing. In fact, I was just in Los Angeles with Nick this past Sunday, and he was talking about the different places, and he was saying, oh, there's this one place that's like New York pizza. It's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's all right. So really, in any case, unless you're in New York or in Chicago, you're eating second best pizza.
So you're saying, so Nick suggested a hamburger place.
So well, actually, we went to a diner. So I guess that's more burgers than pizza.
What did you guys get at the diner?
I got a BLT.
I got grilled cheese.
But most people would get a hamburger.
But we didn't get pizza
instead of a pork chop.
but it's just amazing pizza experiences are few and far between. I think you have a much greater chance of having a fantastic burger, and that's why I think burgers connect more to the soul of all the people that listen to this podcast than pizzas do. Again, I'm not knocking pizza completely. I love pizza, but it doesn't come close to the burger
It
experience.
sounds like it's like a Lexus. It means it's like
All right.
you can have it.
Time and Nick and Boston, you have the floor.
The only argument I really need to make here is that if you vote burger, you're voting for Jack, who likes to eat it bun, patty, bun.
None of
Who
these
is-
pickles and onion
I don't-
rings and blah blah blah. All this stuff I don't even have in my burger.
You can add all this stuff to it. Do I add it? No, I don't, because I like it bun.
I read about it on
bun.
jjack.com/Google once.
When I make a burger myself, it has all the fixes.
So
It's in
I
and
will
out.
actually, I would
it
like
in
to
and
make that argument here. So Jack, you mentioned earlier, you said that everybody can make a burger.
Since we're doing a tit for tat, we're doing
Yes,
you guys full 2
you
minutes.
guys got
Go
like
ahead.
7 minutes, Jay. You know you did. So anyway,
I had a minute. That's all I had.
Yeah, but Jay took 2. So anyways, so when we talk about making a burger, I call BS on that. The vast majority of people do not make their own burger patties. They will either buy them
How
frozen.
will not make a hamburger.
They will either make them frozen,
No, you don't. Buy
or
them.
they
Jack,
will
Jack,
buy
give
them.
Give them the floor.
They will make. They'll buy them from the groceries or the butcher block pre-made.
I
and granted-
I'd be able to respond.
I'm a big fan of burgers too, but we're going to talk about why burgers are not nearly as good as pizza. Burgers, first of all, for all you people out there who think it's the soul of you, no, it's the soul of the ground up GD cow that just came from the slaughterhouse and went through that grinder and that grinder and that grinder. Oh yeah, and maybe put some veal in there too. So that cow's little baby brother, Mr. Veal Cow, they took that veal cow and they jammed that some bee into that same grinder and put it all together and they mashed it together. So what you can do, you're gonna put it on your flaming hot grill so you
what
can
do you-
burn
you-
away
you
all
said
that
pizza
sin.
with cheese?
You can burn away all that sin that you have from killing that mother and that baby cow. And you know what? By the time it's done on that grill, there's not even any blood left because you burned it all away.
How come Chris
Now,
didn't have this?
when
passion I
we
was
have
with
this
him?
pizza, when we have this pizza, let me tell you, there is nobody, nothing, no animal, unless we decide to take up your product and put it on top of ours because ours is that good. But nothing is harmed.
What is pepperoni made out of?
And also, we have veggie burgers. I made that case on my side.
Yeah, that is not a case for you to go,
not
man.
the
That's
case.
actually against you. So you talk about your veggie burgers, your
Yeah, Jay,
black
drop
bean
the
burgers.
drop,
That's
Yeah.
just-
drop the
that-
burger,
that
Jay.
just
Drop
muddies-
it. Drop it.
So
How many
You
out
are
there have a
killing-
pet cow? Come on now.
Hey. And
All right.
how many people, when they're on Mentos, say, or an office party, let's go get burgers? No, it's pizza every time.
and I know we got 2.5 minutes on that timer, but I got 2 more things to say. Number
You know why?
one,
You know why? Because on Mentos pizza.
Number
tastes
one,
better.
when I'm lazy, I can have someone bring me a pizza, and I will never have someone
they're-
bring me
they're-
a burger.
they're
And number
bringing-
two,
They're bringing you a
How fun
pile of crap, is what they're
it's
bringing
the
you.
food of choice of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do I want to eat? Yeah. Let me.
All right. All right. There you go. Timer. Time.
I just
time,
dropped my
time.
mic on the table.
Hitting my gavel here. Okay, there you go. There you have it, folks. There are our cases to be made. And you can vote now on our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/Jay and Jack group. Make your voice
Vote
heard.
for the burger. Home of the good burger.
And we will
I
let
take
you
your
decide
order,
and
please?
rest this case. Burgers versus pizza. Who wins? All right, and just to be clear, that's any type of burger or any type of pizza. So there shouldn't be any being upset that I thought it was just bacon or just cheese. No, it is. It
well,
is
to be fair,
all.
it was bacon versus cheese, not bacon versus pizza.
So here you go. There's your chance to vote. All right. That will wrap up this episode. If you guys would like to give us a call, you can do so at 385-309-0311.
Call anytime, and we didn't get to our email.
We do have an email set for next week. So if you did send an email,
because next week is the live After Dark podcast.
Oh, it is.
I will be here. I may not be here the next week after that. I will be in Salt Lake City for work.
Salt Lake City
Enjoying.
for
What are you,
work.
podcasting with some
Sites.
Mormons and not us this time?
Mhm.
Maybe I may. You never know.
Mm.
You never know.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure we
was
have some
gonna make a
listeners in Utah that would invite me into their home.
It's a Latter-day cast. Jay Gladfelter.
I will say I've been to Provo, Salt Lake City for work before. Fantastically nice people, those LDS people. Anyway,
I've seen Big Love.
check out send an email to janejack@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Oh,
Tell us what you thought about the movie It, or and more.
I think Chris
Give
is going
Jack
to hell.
give Jack breakup advice for his Chargers.
No, don't send your advice because I don't want it. I don't need it.
And for
I
those that
don't
are
want
upset,
it.
and for those that are upset with Boston's tasteless joke about Tim Curry, feel free to send your thoughts in as well.
And you heard it here. Jack does not want your opinion, so that's a clear vote for pizza in my opinion.
I don't want your opinion on my breakup because I'm gonna go have a burger. It takes like 5 minutes to make a good burger.
Join our Facebook group at facebook.com.
I gotta go to the bathroom now, wash my hands, and I need that dough.
/group/Jay and Jack group. Thanks to our patrons, especially Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Richter, Molly the Millennial, and Ed the Postal Worker.
Did we
Mail letter
carrier.
Letter
carrier. You got it wrong again.
I know. At least I wasn't sexist this time. Thank you so much for your guys' patrons, and thank you to all of our patrons.
Did we post what you said on?
Without your guys' support, these podcasts would not be possible. Literally, it pays majority. I mean, all of the bills that we have to keep the podcast going.
It pays for my car.
And it pays. No one of the other podcasts get any money. All goes to Jack's Lexus.
Okay, my Lexus was a gift from somebody. That's all I'm going to say.
No, we split whatever profits from that evenly between all of the podcasters.
Yes, I was told before I bought the Lexus we weren't doing that, so I'm kind of ticked off about that. Because when I said I got to make the payment, I go, wait a minute, I'm sharing.
Okay, because all of the podcasts on our network and podcasters are fantastic people that work really hard. So thanks to all of them. Also, if you buy anything on Amazon, there's a great way to support this show. JayandJack.com/Amazon. Anything you buy through that link, a small percentage of that sale will go to the Jay and Jack production fold. So say you can't contribute to the Patreon, that's fine. There's other ways you can help, like the Amazon page if you shop through there. Also, if you like this show, give us a review on iTunes. We have a page on iTunes with all of our different podcasts. It's jayandjack.com/iTunes. You can see every single one there, like the Ramblecast, like the broadcast. Dancing with the Stars with Jack, Cindy, and Heather is coming back
next week.
Next week, there will be a Stranger Things podcast coming up. We'll be doing a rewatch with Mike Bloom from our Westworld and Leftovers show, and then going into the new season that's premiering on October 27th. What?
I was just going to say, also, don't forget about the ASA charity podcast that we plugged earlier on the show, too. Be sure to check them out with our friends in the Chatterbox.
Exactly.
The live charity auction.
That I've never been on.
Jack's a little bitter. He's a little bitter.
No, I'm just saying. Can I have two bald people on there?
Hint.
No, I don't need to be on it.
But yeah, so check that out, jayandjack.com/iTunes for all the other podcasts. All right, guys.
Wait. Talking about Amazon products, my wife just ordered 2 pillows from Amazon, jayandjack.com/Amazon. I guess one side's cool, one side's
neato.
She should get the bamboo pillows like me and Chris have.
That's what I told her. She told me to go to hell.
Get the Snugglepedics, buddy. Those are the best things ever.
I said, what about the my pillow? You got to get my. You've seen that commercial with the guy?
Oh yeah, okay. But Jack aged.
I spent 2 years developing my pillow. It's the best pillow in the world, and that's why I call it my pillow.
All right, guys, that is it for this week's show. We'll see you next week for our special live edition for all of our patrons. Whether you contribute $1 on up, we do this show live for all of our patrons. Become a patron before that show.
Chris can swear.
And Chris can swear in that show. So if you enjoy more of the Married Man style show, for all of our patrons, you can watch it live, experience it live, and actually talk with us while we're recording and be a part of that experience. So if you haven't been a patron yet, become a patron and be a part of that before we record next week. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Hasta luego and goodbye.
Bye.